After more than a decade of litigation, Nebraska-based Werner Enterprises has agreed to pay $18 million to resolve a nationwide wage and hour class action lawsuit brought by current and former drivers. According to court filings and company disclosures, the settlement was reached in principle last October, just ahead of a trial that had been scheduled to begin that month. The formal settlement motion, however, was not filed in U.S. District Court in Nebraska until January 30th and still requires final court approval before any funds can be distributed. The lawsuit, originally filed in 2014 and later consolidated into a certified class action under the name Abarca v. Werner Enterprises, alleges that the company failed to pay drivers minimum wage for all time worked, including non-driving duties and certain off-duty periods, in violation of both Nebraska and California wage laws. Plaintiffs also challenged a transaction fee charged to drivers for wage advances, alleging that the fee was unlawful because drivers did not agree to it in writing. Under the terms of the proposed settlement, Werner will fund an $18 million pool that will be used to compensate eligible drivers. A significant portion of that amount, potentially more than $8 million, could be allocated to attorneys' fees and litigation costs, with the remainder distributed among class members based on how long they worked for the company during the qualified period. Approximately 100,000 current and former Werner drivers across the U.S. are eligible to participate in the settlement, including separate classes defined for those who worked in Nebraska and those who resided and worked in California. Named plaintiffs who participated in the litigation will receive individual payments, with additional amounts calculated according to weeks worked for the carrier. Werner has denied the underlying allegations as part of the settlement process, but after more than 11 years of dispute, both sides agreed that the deal provides certainty and avoids the risks and expenses of a prolonged trial. The case highlights ongoing scrutiny of pay practices in the trucking industry and underscores the legal and financial exposure major carriers face when wage and hour claims are brought on behalf of large classes of drivers. I'm Erica Lee for Eyewitness News. The case highlights ongoing scrutiny of pay practices in the trucking industry and underscores the legal and financial exposure major carriers face when wage and hour claims are brought on behalf of large classes of drivers. I'm Erica Lee for Eyewitness News.